Steve Elliot and Sami Berik coming up next. Now this one's going to be a real interesting match. Sami's been around for such a long time now.
He's the Hun.
He is the Hun. He is a warrior. Both of these guys are from traditional martial art background. Now we've got Taekwondo and Sami from a sort of a Sanshao background. But anything can happen in MMA.
Steve Elliot has took this fight and said he's going to mangle Sami the Hun. Now I'm not quite sure about that, but Steve's very confident. He's a young lad. He's bashed the last geezer up, so he's 1-0. Anything can happen with this one, mate.
Anything can happen. Let's see.
You're right, Sami. Thanks for taking the fight. All I'm going to say is it's a mistake on your part because I've been training hard and I've got something to prove. You're just in the way.
My name's Sami. I'm here for my exam night and enjoy the day. Each of these fights is a chance to see where I stand. That's just what I'm going to do. I will improve between each one, and by next year I will turn the MMA scene upside down. Thank you.
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, the welterweight contest. First to enter the cage rage octagon, he weighed in at 76 kilograms, and he's representing Extreme Taekwondo. Sponsored by STM Force. He has a mixed martial arts record of 0-1 from Team Stephen Elliot! Opponent, weighing in at 75 kilograms. He's representing Bloodline Fighting and sponsored by Power Seekers, Evolution and Hardcore Fight Gear. He has a mixed martial arts record of 7-14 from Wood Green, Sami the Hun Berik!
Rob, interesting match this one. On paper, you've got Stephen Elliot from a Taekwondo background, rarely seen in MMA, against the vastly experienced Sami Berik, whose recent history has been very checkered. Now, we're both Sami fans because we love the way he takes fights, his attitude, and really, I feel he's got to get back in winning ways with this young lad from the Taekwondo background.
I totally agree with you. I'm a big fan of Sami Berik's. I love the guy's attitude. I love his charisma. He definitely brings something to an event that he's fighting at. But like you say, he's had a shaky history recently. I've spoke to Sami and I know he's been a bit disappointed and frustrated in himself. He's gone back and rewritten some of the stuff and reinvented himself a little bit. He's training with Eddie Cohn and official Hoyler Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes at this one. Sami can be a very, very aggressive striker, and he can really fight this guy. He just recently he's had a lot of bad luck. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Sami, of course, with much, much more experience.
charge of the action is Grant Waterman.
And as you said there, Rob, Eddie and Pat Roberts there with Sami the Hun Berik. I wonder if they've made a difference to this young man. And it'll be interesting to see how Stephen Elliott starts with that Taekwondo background. As we know, Taekwondo renowned for its kicking, and when you kick, as they do, bare-shinned. So I think Sami's got to be careful early.
I think, though, in all fairness, I think what a lot of guys find difficult with Sami is his very unorthodox stand-up style and his position. When this guy's standing in front of you, it's very hard to know what he's going to throw. You know, he moves about very well. He has a kind of higher, wide stance with his hands. And yeah, he just makes a very, very good striker.
Well, he's giving away a lot of height to young Stephen. But as always, Sami's in incredible shape. Always ready to fight. It'll be interesting to see what Stephen brings to the table as well.
There's Sami with that unorthodox hand style again.
And Stephen in southpaw stance as well. There's the Taekwondo side kick. And now he switches to orthodox stance.
Sami doesn't seem too fussed by it as he moves in for a Muay Thai clinch. I'd have thought he'd be looking for the knees there. Instead, he's extending himself outwards, allowing Stephen to throw the knees.
Yes, one came very close to Sami's head there.
And this is where Sami's game, I hope, has improved. On his back on the ground. A good takedown by Stephen Elliott. Sami just holding guard position at the moment. Throwing those short shots. Stephen Elliott opening up with the ground and pound. Sami trying to sweep. Stephen throwing some good shots, catching Sami.
What I liked with Stephen Elliott there, Rob, was he actually used the skills you expect from Taekwondo to set up the takedown.
That's right, a beautiful side kick.
A spin kick and then the knees. And then suddenly Sami was in trouble.
Sami needs to find his space to make his way to his feet. He's doing a good job at the moment, moving for the arc triangle. Fantastic work. Now this is where it's showing. This is where the training with Eddie Cohn is showing. Sami Berik with a reformed game and wins by submission. I tell you what, no disrespect to Stephen Elliott, but I am happy to see Sami Berik gain a win at last by submission as well. Fantastic.
Rob, your prediction came totally true. That time with Eddie, as you said, has paid dividends. Stay cool under pressure, and it's worked wonders for him.
That's right, I said that on his back is where his game was at its worst. He proved it, he's gone to his back, worked on his game with Eddie Cohn, and come back phenomenal. Great win for Sami.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after 1 minute 38 seconds, we have a winner by way of tap out to a triangle choke, Sami the Hun Berik! Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your runner-up, Stephen Elliott!
Just spread the arms on me, I'll batter the both. Here we go, let's closer. Closer, closer. Here we go. Thank you very much. Sami said, yeah. Rubbing the opposite. No, sweating you. Here we go. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Alright, Sami Berik, our first submission win of the evening for a triangle choke. Now Sam, you are from a stand-up background yourself. Did you want this one to go to the floor because you look real comfortable down there?
I didn't come here with the intention of winning, just let me take the sponsor. It's an exam night for me. I've been training day and night, and here's what I stand, not to get pressure from a win, not 12-4 belt. So what you do between the belts, not just a result.
So is that how you prepare yourself? So you don't get all too worked up and too nervous. It's just all just about testing your art, testing the way you train. Win or lose doesn't matter.
No, I mean, when you say win or lose, it doesn't mean I don't give a crap. What it is next year I want to change the way you think about an MMA fight. That's my goal. Not to hold up the title. We already remember which title I have which year, 10 years from now. But if I do something like something different, what Hoy's done 10 years ago, I want to do the next 2 years to MMA title. Just change the way you look at it.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, first submission win, and it was a very slick submission, I have to say. One, a nice big round of applause for Sami Berik.